Alright. I believe we are live. Ha! Sorry, just doing the audio check. Right, I forgot to put the if anyone's in the chat, just go ahead and sound off. Oh, ooh. Don't. Fall out. Markers, welcome to the chat. Okay, I see. Hello. Oh, look, nothing. A Vault 94 stash box. Really? Really? That sucked. Alright, let's dip from that. Let's do the rounds real quick before we start up. Chat, just so you know, my stream's lagging a bit. I can't really see how many viewers we got right. Oh, there we go, fixed it. Not too many people watching right now. That's all good. Gives me time to warm up a bit. I'm sorry if I sound a little off right now. I've been up since like 4 a.m. from work. I would, but I will fully admit that I'm a clean, and I'm not resting until Poppy gets home and I can actually spend some time with her, because I had this, I had the 6 a.m. to 3 shift, and then she goes in 3 to 11, so we have like completely conflicting schedules this day, and it was like, oof. I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot.
Blood eagles are a dangerous offshoot of things. I'll get along with them later. You're up, mate.
Rabbits bunch together stuff to build Davy a pop to practice with.
Hey, it's all good, Pong. I'm not here to like try to fucking party or anything. Pity party. The truth.
The only time I miss being inside the vault is when the weather's bad. Or if there's a nuke.
Oh. The camp on the rails there.
Pardon me.
What is going on down there? Oh, well, there's a super meat event going on. Oh, pardon me.
Is anyone out there? This recording is a call for help. Our settler camp was attacked by mutants last night. Please help. My name is Kenneth Dean.
Thank you.
We're south of Huntersville. I think I'm the last one alive. Probably won't be much longer. The mutants have left. Now, hurry and destroy their meat bags when you get here. That should drive them away if they come back. There's a machine in the crater. Take care of the radiation in the area. Keep it running. Never finish building here if it breaks.
Yes. Nope, still covered. Pardon my just silence. It's I don't know what to say to this right now. It's just kind of shooting mutants. Well, watching mutants get one shot by the new old guard, I guess. Tone death. Okay, that's something good popular. She's on. Oh, oh! I'm jumping very high with this thing today. go to Granny's. Chat, I cannot read your messages if anyone's actually there. Bunkers, I know you're there. We're having some technical difficulties, it looks like. Grab me one moment to sort this out. There we go. Okay, we're back. Alright. There we go. Bunkers, you didn't miss much. Just my thing almost crashing. And Atlantis, to answer your question, the antagonist of Fallout 76 is the Scorched Plague, which is a fungal infection that turns your bones into calcified uranium. Okay, saying that out loud, the Scorched Blade is kind of terrifying. Oh, okay. You are nice. I'm keeping you. Not you, though. Not you, though. And not you, though. No, I'll sell you. How about that? There we go. Okay, that's good. Hey, Granny. Thank you, Granny. No, but the Scorched Plague, despite its integration into 76, I think the Scorched Plague might actually be one of the more interesting parts of 76, just because of how terrifying it is in concept. Like really stop to think about this for a second. It's a fungal infection that starts turning your bones into freaking uranium, while also giving you, like, super turbo death skin cancer. While also integrating you into a sort of hive mind. I don't know the full gist of how the hive mind thing works. I gotta do more research into it. But, like, ugh. It's just gross to think about. What's my core average? 40%. I can leave it in there for a bit longer. Pardon me. What would I say? Nothing. The current Obsidian is not the Obsidian that made Fallout New Vegas. What you want are the original Fallout devs and Chris Avallone on a team. Those are who made the magic happen. Because as it stands, from what I can tell, the current Obsidian are kind of garbo. Hurts my soul to say, but that's just, Now, if it were those OG Fallout devs, I'd sell a lot. I'd give a lot of money to them, if feasible. Now, from what I can tell, or hear from people that have played it, because I personally haven't played it, so I don't have a true right to judge, but from word of mouth, I've heard that Avowed have done terribly. And I've yet to try Outer Worlds. I really need to do Outer Worlds at some point. But everything I've heard about it is middling at best. The sad thing is, we are never going to get another Fallout New Vegas. Bethesda already rebooted the Fallout aesthetic and tone with Fallout 4, kept it hard with Fallout 76, and then crucified it... No, not crucified. Calcified it with Fallout TV show. Like it or not, the modern Fallout aesthetic is here to stay. And it kind of hurts, not going to lie. Neither can I, Atlantis. Neither can I. Why do you think I'm playing Fallout 76, the game that goes on sale for $10 constantly? Okay, I'm gonna just say this right now. My love of Fallout 76 is partially dictated solely by the fact that Fallout 76, for me, was $10. If this game wasn't $10, I feel like I dislike it a lot. But the fact that I only paid $10 for this game has done wonders for me liking it. Because it's barely come out of, like, my wallet at all. Thank you, Grandma. I have friends that have been telling me and Poppy to get Baldur's Gate 3 for a while now, but two things have put me off trying it. What in the goddamn? Oh, right, hold on. There we go. Two things that put me off trying Baldur's Gate. One, the size. The game is huge, and quite frankly, I think I have enough girthy games in my library as is. And two, the price. Because when it comes to Baldur's Gate, it has co-op. So that's a game that me and Poppy would want to play together. That's $140. Meanwhile, Fallout 76, for both of us, was $20. Stalker is a game franchise that I've been meaning to dive into. Unfortunately, my own hyperfixations get in the way of me trying it. That's entirely my fault, though.
This is a mobile campsite then. Fascinating. Definitely useful. I just can't shake these nightmares. Floating in space forever. Just why?
I'll have to wait and see for still. I got some other games that are on my radar too that won't put an entire day into the thing. And I also have some plans to... I still want to get Fallout first so I can do community playdates. Because I feel like that would be fun. I will take note of that. Wait, what do you mean cannot be traded?
These nightmares.
Okay, so why can this one not be traded? What? It's not the shocks. What the? Okay. Well, that sucks. Alright, well, let's get a move on this Wastelanders quest. Atlantis, do you know how many T-51Bs I have? It's not even... Hold on. Once I load in, y'all are gonna see my addiction. You know why my carry weight's so bad? You know why my carry weight's so friggin' bad? Yes! Underneath my suit of power armor is 1 T-51, 2 T-51, 3 T-51, 4 T-51, and a bunch of spare parts. Can you tell I enjoy the T-51B?
Got any chems? Just don't feel right without my medicine. If I just had my comics, I could focus and stop fretting about the little things.
You need help.
Got nothing, huh? You better not be holding out on me.
Okay, then.
Great to meet someone new. It's a fresh page, the start of a melody. Anything can happen. You know, as much as I love wandering around, well, often running or fleeing, do you happen to know somewhere safe I can stay? Maybe work on some music? I'm handy to have around. I've got skills.
I always got room at my camp for you.
Oh, I knew traveling with Paige and the gang would pay off one day. Yes, I did. Listen, I need to say goodbye to some friends before I head over. I know it's a lot to ask, but would you mind setting up my guitar at your camp? You get that set up and I'll trundle right over. Promise. Ooh, this is exciting. I have a really good feeling about this.
Okay, then. I guess I made a new friend. Shimkin. Hello, Evangello. Looks like a new name. Welcome to the stream. We're just doing some Fallout 76 and chill. I'm getting the Wastelanders quest out of the way because Lord knows I'm level 113 and I still haven't touched the friggin' main quest of this game. But that's all that's standing between me and my beloved plasma caster.
Keep an eye out. All kinds of things make their home in these old factories. This is it. We need to get the power up and running and reformulate the machines for the inoculation. Fire everything up and try not to get killed. We can take them.
There's ghouls.
Nuka-Cola. Kind of makes you thirsty being around all this branding, doesn't it?
No. Are you shooting me? Why? Overseer! What did I do? If it's about the orphanage, listen, I got paid really well for that, okay? I have a hungry wife to feed.
Nuka-Cola scientists were trying chemical substitutions to make new flavors. That's how we're gonna trick it into making the inoculation. We just need to figure out how to mix soda ingredients to produce human antibodies. Easy, right?
I have to step out of my suit to do that. Should make me step out of my fucking suit. In Metroid save room.
That's added your blood sample as an ingredient. I guess that technically makes you Nuka-Cola's newest flavor.
Indeed. The T-51B model... Okay, the model T-51B power armor, the pinnacle of free war power armor design, lets you take back shots for day... Okay, I should rephrase that. Now we're rolling with it. You can take back shots for days in this thing. It's got curved composite armor to glance shots off. It isn't clunky and overly heavy and using weird aluminum materials like the T-60. It's not a hunk of junk made out of steel like the T-45D. Nope. It is beautiful, pristine, iconic, the face of the Fallout franchise. The T-60 is a poser, and it will not beat this thing. Sorry, I have a hard-on for this suit.
Reminds me of the equipment back at the Vault Tech Ag Center. Let me know if you... That's it.
Oh, nice! I'll taste
Now, we
citrusy.
just need to restart the reactor. Then we can manufacture the formula.
Okay, I'm kind of starving. I should probably fix that real quick. The Chinese stealth armor is literally the semi-powered infiltration armor from Halo, and I love that. Like, straight up. It looks clean, and it's a really cool... Okay, that's part of why I hate the concept of Chinese power armor, because the big dichotomy... Okay, the contrast between China and America in the Fallout franchise is that China relied way more on espionage and trickery, whereas America was way more in the brute force and power side of things. Both in the literal sense with nuclear fission, as well as in the metaphorical sense with, yeah, not metaphorical, in the physical power sense with power armor. The Chinese stealth armor is a perfect encapsulation of that, because instead of making another big, burly suit to go up against the T-51B in the Alaskan front, the Chinese opted to make their own camouflaging tech. They invented active camo in this setting. If memory serves, the stealth boy was reverse engineered from the stealth suit. Get away from me! Don't you touch me, you diseased freak! Mutiny bastard! There we go. You see, Ivan, if you take care of your T-51B, if you treat it with the love of a loving father, you will never have rats, bugs, or snakes in your suit. Always care for your T-51. Always love it, and it will take care of you. You! No, my multi-laser! Damn, you kicked up though. I'm very grateful my wife doesn't watch my streams. She would bully the shit out of me. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, you might want to try Fallout Tactics. Yes, yes! Ratman, take T-51B! We make T-51 cheese! The fusion core is powered by warp stone! I'm sorry you had to hear that. Listen, okay, as someone whose wife is obsessed with rats, the Skaven are a faction that I'm intimately familiar with. Just by virtue of my wife is a rat-obsessed witch. Part of the marriage obligation with Poppy is literally that we're going to be getting a pair of pet rats at some point, once we can afford it. That's part of why you see, like, a constant rat motif in videos whenever she shows up. Your trial of life has expired. He's gone. Reduced to atoms. Oh. Chat, please tell me not to take it. Please tell me not to take it. I have a problem. I keep hoarding power armor. Please. I'm begging you. Tell me not to take the suit. Please. I'm resisting my baser urges. I'm resisting my baser urges. Don't look at me like that. Stop judging me! Fine, Bunkers, I'll take it. Don't tell my wife.
I tried jump-starting them, but the reactors are completely shot. Bad power outlets.
Oh no, not today.
Good job. That'll be enough
looks like the couplings were rusty. Want Sprite cranberry? People who don't want to get sick and die. Nuka-Cola Scorched. I feel like calling it Nuka-Cola Vaccinated would get a very specific set of Wastelanders to really avoid it. And Nuka My Blood's in it would also probably be very distasteful as well. I wouldn't drink that. Nuka-Cola Scorched, though, that's got a ring to it.
Well, that was... I'm sorry. I just can't help but wonder what it was like to actually work here. I mean, can you believe this?
You are very easily impressed. Not you, Ravens. I love you guys. I'm talking about the Overseer. Touch. Where's the... Nuka-Cola Score. Oh, hey, it actually has the name. What? Oh, that's cool.
That's it! Freedom from the plague in a bottle. While you're handing those out, I'll start organizing things here and get a plan in place to get more to whomever needs them.
Stop acting like you helped.
Sutton when you're done.
Listen, just because you're, like, a traditional gilf does not mean you get points here. I did literally everything. You shot me in the back! Chat, if you want gilf overseer arts, shout gilf in the chat. I'm weak to peer pressure. I will do it if asked. Power Naga, no thank you. Where's Paige? We're going to Paige first, because I respect the settlers. Interior. Listen. Rubicon deserves to be burned 7 times, okay, Atlantis? I swear to God, if y'all actually start chanting GILF. Paige.
Still waiting on that inoculation you promised.
You know what? Let's talk payment first.
Payment? You went to all this trouble to convince us we need your medicine, and now you're gonna squeeze us? How's this? That enough for your black heart?
No, let's not push it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but shouldn't an inoculation be in a needle? This is a case of Nuka-Cola.
I went to a lot of trouble for this. Be grateful, dude.
We don't have to be anything. But fine. We'll hand it out with the next ration. Still don't know what to think of you, Vault Dweller. But, well, saving us from your plague is a good start. You watch out for you and yours out there.
And you and yours. And now to deal with the scumbags. Wackadosh scumbag, come here and take your medicine.
You taking your sweet time with that inoculation?
Always speaking in riddles.
It's time to talk caps.
Convince me we need this inoculation, then dangle it over my head for your cut? I dig your style, 7-6. Here, this ought to soothe your mercenary heart.
Don't hold out on me, Meg. This will be the start of a beautiful business partnership.
You've proven useful. I'll give you that. All right, 7-6. It's a deal. Sure beats turning into a walking burn victim anyways. Now, wait, hold up. You expect me to believe that your so-called inoculation is just a case of Nuka? You better start talking.
Yeah. Now we're back. Everyone we knew in the area is dead. And the Scorched are still here.
Technically it's an oral inoculation. Its distribution vector is carbonated beverage.
Clearly. And you can spare me the details. Wouldn't want you to hurt that brain of yours trying to use all the fancy words. I'll make sure it gets distributed. Looks like you're off the hook, 7-6. See you around.
Kill yourself. Okay, what does Bunkers have to say? Yes, we need lightweight Balaams, for real. Although, I'll say this right now. What's his name?
I knew trouble didn't get in.
Shrieker is mostly modified Nact parts. So you could make a convincing Shrieker using Rusty's frame. Just swap the head out for something like the Night Eye. Shade Eye, not Night Eye.
What are you looking at?
Ah. That guy in the first place.
How come they have a mounted Mothman? That's not fair. I want a mounted Mothman. Yeah, that carried over into Fallout 76.
Play your hand close to your vest. Believe Rose is still.
That's okay, that's why I missed the skills system from Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 1 and 2. You could have a high speech, or you could utilize your strength. Okay, hold on. Backpedaling a little, because Fallout 76 actually has stat checks in the dialogue with strength, and you can muscle your way through some dialogue for like mercenary stuff. A lot of it is haggling, but there is options and occasions where you can just straight muscle people into doing what you want with your strength stat, which you can't do in Fallout 4. Why Fallout 76 is more of a Fallout game than Fallout 4, I'll never know. But, you know what, actually, I will know. A lot of the devs from Fallout 76 actually have a lot of passion for the Fallout franchise. The biggest evidence of this is... My inner Mexican is speaking to me. I must fix random things. Okay. No, there are barter checks too. Also, hi Eli the Gamer. Welcome to the chat. There's barter checks, but there are several skill checks with things like intelligence, perception, endurance, luck, charisma. It's not the same as the original skill checks, which were far better, but at least having these special checks is something. And I'll take the special checks over nothing. Also, Wastelanders has the silent protagonist. And lets you have the actual Fallout dialogue boxes. And you have more than just the dialogue wheel. Oh, and would you look at that? A building from Fallout frickin' Tactics. Again, the devs from this game had a lot of love for Fallout Tactics for some reason. I'm not complaining, because Fallout Tactics, I'm a weirdo. Fallout Tactics is my favorite out of the classic games. That's mainly because I have a hard-on for the art style and all the classic guns in it. The game starts me off with an MP5 and a pump-action shotgun. If you want a quick ticket in the bucket's heart and/or pants, MP5 and a pump-action shotgun. That's how Half-Life got me. Ugh.
We have to cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old, forge it anew.
Plans for T-51B? He does have plans for T-51B? Are you kidding me? Are you...
Old world solved a lot of problems back in the day. But look what else arrived. I'm glad we guard our tech closely. Find, protect, and preserve. God, I hate bugs.
Alright, that's enough of the shopping trip. The recon armor is good. Oh my god. Okay, no. Another thing. Again, because they took inspiration from Fallout Tactics, that means the drip in this game is insane. Alright, back to Sun. The Brotherhood recon armor looks really good. The security armor looks really good. The security power armor, not so much. But the security armor, ugh. The scout armor looks really good. A lot of the stuff in 76 that's original looks really good. Everything in regards to the Mothman cultists is dripped out of their mind. I love what they did with Point Pleasant in this game. Turning the whole Mothman fanaticism thing of just, the cryptid and the fun part of it, turning it into an actual cult that's taken seriously is cool as all hell. What's up?
You've delivered the inoculation?
Yes. Yes, I have. No help from you? Yeah, I did it.
Thank you for that. Amazing how selective your memory is getting.
You
have
shot me
problems with how I do
in
things.
the
I get
back!
it. I do. But we're making a difference. Now that one crisis is over, it's time we start working on that mystery in the mountains. Have you heard the latest?
Oh god. I've been out of the loop.
A few other people from 76 made the trek into the mountains to find this treasure we keep hearing about. It's a vault. Vault 79. Sealed tight with no obvious way in. The rumor mill about what's inside is running wild. We don't have a way in, but I think I have a plan to at least find out what's inside. Every student who graduates Vault-Tec University has a story about the restricted wing, where all the higher-ups would have their meetings. And not just stuffy professors and their Mr. Handy assistants. I mean sit-downs with government officials, the military.
So we get inside. See if they were meeting about this vault.
Over 25 years in the making for me, but it's time to finally see what it's hiding. Meet you there?
Vampire's minigun. Okay, that's not that bad, actually. That's a good start. For a perk, at least. You know what? We'll rock it. For once, I'll say this. Thank you, Gilf, for the minigun. Okay, where are we going? You know what? Let's join this event real quick.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the wild.
What are we waiting for? Let's do this.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Howdy, folks. Game's about to start, so get yourselves ready for some rootin', tootin', shootin' and rootin'. Yeehaw! Here's the deal, partner. The sheriff's out of town for a spell searching for the escaped Cambrian bottle, so it's bad Dito o'clock till he gets back. I reckon you'll have till high noon, so be quick with your plundering.
What do I do here?
Oh, crud. You doggone degenerate. Yeehaw! Get moving now, folks. Find a cutout to stick up, find a stake to crack. Just find the goods and get 'em back to the wagon. Time's a ticking.
You know, I feel like this is not a good influence for the children back in the day.
Where are your manners?
You dirty, lousy varmint.
See, I have a problem with dialogue wheels in Fallout specifically, because Fallout is the last franchise that you should be putting dialogue wheels in.
I hear tell the first two lotto playing low in town. Local them out of town, you'll get a boost. You doggone degenerate! Rob! Up and rob! Little real good. A bonus well earned. Somebody found Buffalo bottle. Bottle is safe. He's added his blunder to your score. Oh no, look out! Y'all better stop from shooting up the wagon. Old Sally pops the wheel. It's game over. Oh, wait! Amazing job! You've got quite the haul here.
See, with Mass Effect, part of the reason they can get away with a dialogue wheel, I think, is because of the fact that Shepard is their own character. It's not a character you make. You just shape what kind of Shepard you play as, if that makes sense. Fallout's a little bit different because they expect you to, like, kind of forge the character. But, okay, mechanically, a lot of the dialogue in the 3D Fallout, just by virtue of needing to be voiced, could hypothetically fit into a dialogue wheel, but having the options to interrogate people and just talk to them in the way that Fallout lets you, I think is part of what makes Fallout so unique.
Sheriff back in town. He's got his eye on the wagon. And that time, yeehaw! You done did it, partner. Take your prizes and ride off into the sunset. Or maybe over to the concession stand for a victory round of ice-cold Nuka-Cola. You'll come back and play again, you hear? Now to get people to come clean up this mess.
Honestly, I think that's part... This might sound like treason, but I genuinely think Fallout 4 would have been better if they really went in on making Nate his own character instead of trying to half-ass it. Because the Nate we have right now is kind of half-assed. had the potential to be better. Okay, he had the potential to be better, full stop. And I think part of that, don't laugh, is genuinely tied to the Nate the Rake meme. For the uninitiated, there's a very vulgar meme about Nate doing things to Canada. And I feel like if they had... Again, if Nate was his own character as this crazy badass from before the bombs drop, taking on the wasteland with the fury of, like, with actual fatherly fury instead of the casualness that he takes to it in the game, Nate could have been a cool character in his own right. And Fallout 4 could have made for a good spin-off. Because at this, again, as weird as this is to say, at this rate, Fallout 76 is more of a true Fallout game than Fallout 4. Just in terms of how the dialogue works and whatnot. Oh hey, they actually fixed the liver action reload.
That is not my concern. Oh, I see one of your residents has arrived. Come here. We need to discuss this ridiculous request of yours. The Overseer mentioned there would be more people coming.
Did he tell you we need to get in the restricted wing?
Assuming there even is a restricted section, and I am not verifying that, neither of you have Baltic University credentials.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm in power armor. You do what I say. My credentials are my fist and whatever you call a face.
Those are not considered valid.
Fuck, you got me there.
Whoa, whoa, why don't I step in for a bit? Look, Professor Bott. We might be the only living human beings connected to this university anymore. Shouldn't protocol side with us?
No, it does not. And for the record, I was the dissenting opinion on fast-tracking your Overseer assignment.
I love you, Professor
You
Bott.
are not pushing your way through me.
Everyone's dead. You're not protecting anything, man.
The condition of the outside world is not my problem. I see. Neither of you are going to relent. Very well. There is a problem you can help me with. This university needs graduates, and while your overseer has already been through the program, you are living and breathing enough to join this year's class.
This is ridiculous. Even if we had 4 years to waste, which we don't, the university is empty. There's no professors anymore.
Emergency protocols allow the Mr. Handy janitorial staff to run entrance straight through to the
Mr.
final
Handy.
exam. Their ability to run the vault simulation is experimental, but more than adequate for the task.
Fine, I'll do it.
Glad we agree. Your chief of security will fill you in on the details. Good luck.
Salutations, Renegade Leader. Welcome to the chat. We're currently doing the Vault Tech
I'm not
University
familiar
segment
with
of
this test
Wastelanders.
scenario. Professor Bott must have come up with it on his own.
Currently, we just talked to one of the best NPCs in the game, Mr. Professor Bot. Or, I guess, Professor Bot. His name is Bot, and Professor is his title. At least that's how the guild pronounced it. He did. Oh, Jesus.
You the new overseer? Heck of a boiling pot you're stepping into. Little tiff between the engineers and the med staff is ready to blow.
Give me the full sit rep.
There was a reactor leak. Kellerman, head engineer's apprentice, rushed in to fix it. Poor kid got a full dose of rads.
Idiot gets himself killed. No. Just, that's awful.
That's not the worst of it. Dr. Loras, head of the medical team, refused to send in help. Quarantined the reactor area so nobody died trying to go in there. Head engineer Brass accused the doctor of murder. Then, a couple days later, people noticed that one of the doctor's assistants, Estella, was missing. Everyone thinks it's a revenge killing. An eye for an eye.
Was a body ever found?
No. There's no evidence, no weapon, not one speck of blood. I'm I'm at a loss, Overseer. Need you to make sense of all this. Sorry I couldn't be of more help.
Thank you. You did your part.
I'll be here if you need me, Overseer.
Now, if this is Fallout 3, my T-51 would be giving me +1 charisma. Funny thing about the Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas version of the T-51B. It giving you +1 to your charisma is most likely tied to the fact that the T-51B is plastered all over promotional stuff and, like, advertisements all over the place. Plus, it's just a very charming looking suit. I look quite dashing in this thing. I don't talk myself up much, but I'm in a T-51B. If you can't tell, I quite like this suit. Okay, Doc, what's going on?
Ah, Overseer. I'm so glad you've stepped into this little mess of ours. I'm sure you'll resolve the matter swiftly.
Want to talk about your feud with the head engineer?
I don't have a feud with Brass. He has a feud with me. I'm only doing my job, Overseer, looking out for the health of the vault. And I'm sorry to say that, in my medical opinion, the chief engineer is suffering from paranoia and revenge fixation. We can't let that fester.
I heard you quarantined the reactor. An engineer died.
Oh, nasty business. But I'm not going to apologize for it. It had to be done. As doctors, we take an oath to do no harm. But sometimes, we have to choose between saving one life or saving several.
What are you suggesting we do?
Simple. You can authorize me to place the head engineer under medical supervision. A combination of chems and therapy will do the rest. There might be some protest, but I think our combined authority will keep that to a minimum.
I'll think about it.
Of course, it's your... How can I help? Like I said,
What do you suggest we do?
there might.
I'm sure I could persuade Brass to come voluntarily. Prevent outrage from the other engineers.
An ideal solution, Overseer. I'd expect nothing less from you.
Let's go downstairs and talk to the engineer. So used to seeing the posters from my wife's version of the game, that seeing the normal Vault Boy posters was like, oh, hey, no, that's the normal one. Because Poppy likes to run the Vault Girl sets of mods. Cause, you know, she's a girl. She's a woman. Trust me, I've checked. But like, I don't know. She just finds comfort in it. Thinks it's cute and whatnot. Plus, honestly, it makes for a funny contrast. Just that some of those mods are very jiggly. That's all I'll say on that matter.
Overseer, huh? We'll see.
I want you to have a heart-to-heart with Brass. You need to step down.
I do, huh?
And why's that?
Be honest with yourself. You need the revenge is consuming you.
I think about Dr. Loris all the time, what he did, what he should have done. I'll admit, my mind hasn't been on much else. But what do you expect me to do, huh?
Start by getting you help. The team has trained psychs.
Submit to Loris and his team, you mean? But I get it. The wind's gotta blow in one direction, just... I'll go quietly.
Hello there.
Brass, you gonna go? Nice and easy, buddy.
All right, boys. When Overseer's made a decision.
This isn't about who wins, Brass. This is about getting you the treatment you desperately need.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just go.
It's always ugly choosing sides, but it's better than letting factions divide the vault. Good work.
And this is a different ending than the one I got before. The last time I played this on Xbox, way back when, the ending I got was something along the lines of going into the reactor itself and just de-escalating the conflict that way. I don't think I dealt with the faction problem at all, but I de-escalated things that way, so it worked. Hello, Lil Fox Gamer. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Gilf. Goodbye, Gilf. I'm just calling her that for the rest of the session. I'm sorry, it's too funny to not mention that.
Well, it appears you passed the test, barely exceeding my low expectations of you.
I adore you, Professor. I find your simulation dull and inspired. 0 stars.
Everyone is a critic. You are lucky. This university does not have a disciplinary program. For being a smart ass, you are now an official graduate of Bluebirb University, entitled to access to the restricted wing. Back down in the vault, simulation space is a maintenance area. It conceals a secondary room that I believe will have what you are looking for.
It was almost good to see you again, Professor Bott.
Yes, Overseer, I suppose it was. Congratulations on one of your residents passing the program. You must be proud.
Actually, I am.
Why are you proud of me? It was a minor
I don't
puzzle.
have my old cap and gown to share with you. Hopefully, what we'll find in the restricted wing will be even better.
You need the glow of the fungus to shine. Professor Bott glows on his own! That's the exit. So chat, how's everyone doing tonight? I got about, I want to say, an hour left before I'm gonna hang up my hat for this stream. Just want to get you guys talking and just see how everyone's holding up. If you have a PC, I would recommend playing Dark Souls on that instead. Also, Bonkers, that's always fun. Good on you, man. Teddy Bear, let's drop you real quick. It's not worth the lead.
This is it. Somewhere past this maintenance area is the restricted room.
Do not attempt.
Clear. Granny, you coming? I think I'm free.
Welcome, esteemed members of Congress and our armed services, to a very special Vault-Tec presentation.
I spoke too soon.
Gold. This rarefied metal has been the backbone of trade since time immemorial. And in the event of nuclear war, this precious resource will once again become invaluable to rebuilding America's economic future. That is why Vault-Tec has been commissioned to build a different and very real vault. Named for the atomic number of the metal it will guard, Vault 79 will be the new home for all of America's gold reserves. Fort Knox will secretly be retired and emptied. Its gold bullion transported to the new vault, where it will be safe behind Vault-Tec's top-of-the-line automated security. Biometric recognition to verify authorized personnel. Sophisticated laser grid fields to ward off intruders. And, in the unlikely event of a breach, military-grade defensive turret systems built in partnership with our friends at Robco. All of this, along with Vault-Tec's signature Z-line containment walls, airtight construction, fusion power generators, and automated manufacturing facilities.
For once, the rumor mill gets it right. There is a treasure in that vault. All of America's gold reserves.
What's so important about gold?
Not as much today, but that's just it. Put aside the base instinct of hoarding wealth. What could we do with a vault full of precious metals?
But we knew we had it. We could build a base, a right commission trade, establish currency.
Exactly. No more barter or wild, unregulated proxies. It won't happen overnight, but one day we could have leverage to create a new economy. Property rights, taxes, laws, a government.
I don't know how I feel about bringing back taxes, lady. Does this sound like a... That just sounds like you want kind of... I can speak English, I swear. This just sounds like you want some kind of gold-based empire.
Our mission is to rebuild this country, remember? We were an economic powerhouse once. We could be that again. And it could start right here, in Appalachia.
I disagree. Currency is about control. Don't need it.
Of course it's about control. The control to bring order to all this chaos. Do you want to keep living in this wasteland?
I have my freedom, a currency, a government would take that away from me. More importantly, charge me taxes.
The American government, built on the American dollar, gave you your freedom. Not only that, it gave you protection, rights.
And nuclear war.
If you won't do this for your country, then do it because we don't have a choice. People are going to try to get into that vault. They'll die trying to get through security. They'll die fighting over the gold, even if they do get through security. And if keeping all that from happening isn't enough for you, then I guarantee you there's other things in that vault to plunder. Things we don't want in someone else's hands.
You're not backing down from this, are you?
We can agree to disagree, but we're getting into that vault. We won't be able to do it alone. We need help. Even more importantly, we need people to buy in. See that gold as their future. Fortunately, you just made contact with two large groups of people who both seem to have their own talents.
Why don't we just keep this within 76?
Appalachia isn't just ours anymore. We need people whose talents aren't covered in the vault deck training manuals. Look, talk to them both. See if they can help us. We can plan more once we know what all our options are.
The Vault Dweller from 76. What is it?
Say I wanted to hire your crew to break into a vault. Could you do it?
We're usually in the build, not break business. But sometimes you gotta demolish an old space, so... maybe. Why? Which vault are you talking about?
Vault 79. Check the blueprints.
Huh. Oh, I see. Interesting. Client was obviously paranoid about security. Lasers, turrets, super thick walls. This is about that treasure, isn't it? So it's not bull after all. It's in this vault, and you want us to help you get it.
This is a huge opportunity, buddy. Are you in?
The real opportunity is what that gold can do for Foundation. For the people living here, demoing a vault isn't just some routine work order, though. Gonna need some serious equipment to pull it off.
What do you think the gold can do for you guys?
It could be used to barter for all kinds of things we need. Supplies, better defenses, materials to build and expand. We could get a real foothold here, not just for today, but for the future.
And if I got you the equipment, you'd be on board?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could start thinking about the rest of this nonsense. Laser tripwires? How the hell are we gonna handle that? Oh well, one thing at a time. You get us a big enough drill, we can find the right spot to hit.
Any idea where I can find that thing?
Well, hand drills ain't gonna cut it, I can tell you that right now. We need something industrial level. Appalachia's mining country, right? We need something like that. Breach through miles of hard rock in a minute. Maybe check a few of the drilling equipment companies. See if they left anything behind.
Just Cause is a franchise I've never really actually touched. Forgive me for not checking the chat. I was just reading the dialogue and whatnot. But Just Cause is something I've yet to genuinely dive. I remember having, I think, Just Cause on the PlayStation 2. Whichever one was the one where you skydove and shot a guy while he was also skydiving. I remember only playing Mercenaries 1 on the PlayStation 2. It was okay. Okay, it's not like overly good, but I remember it being fun. It's been years since I've touched that though. you mutant fuck. Yeah, the Scorchers are still fucking disgusting. In a good way, in a good way. Like, they did a good job making them gross. Alright, now we gotta figure out how to do the quote-unquote mother load. Missing link, miscellaneous. Alright, here's a random ask, just because it's free right now on Prime, but how many of y'all have seen Transformers 1? Well, Bonkers, that's why you concept it, and then you commission someone to draw it for you at a later date once they're free.
I presume you've seen to it that the technology support group has updated the senior executive exam with my clarified answers. I'm growing weary of the spineless executives you've been sending me. You find me some candidates with the wherewithal to survive here, or else I'll find someone who will.
Yeah, Renegade. And it's a D16, not D6. We're not for the fact that We're not for the fact that I backlog on commission orders, and I'm also incredibly unhingedly, violently burnt out right now from both work and also just a lot of projects at once. I would be like jumping on the opportunity to do another commission, but like y'all can probably hear it in my voice. I'm like barely putting together sentences. Whew. I just need, what's it called? Poppy keeps saying I need to take a day. But like, ugh, I don't know. What do you... Okay, actually, that brings up a good point. What do you guys do when it comes to burnout? You've got too many things to work on all at once, and you can't focus on, like you're just sitting there staring at the ceiling because you can't focus on any one thing, and every time you try to start working on something, you end up stopping because you can't process, if that makes sense. That's burnout, basically. Huh? Renegade, explain yourself. Also, Atlantis, that's understandable as fuck. Eat, sleep, work, repeat till the clock runs out. That's literally an economy thing, and it's such bullshit that that's the kind of world we're living in right now. Listen, my time on the East Coast taught me that a lot of boomers are still under the impression, not just boomers, but just older generation people in general seem to be under the impression that the world that they left us is just fine. When the reality of the situation is that they left us a fucked up world with a lot of, what's it called? A lot of issues of their own making. And we're stuck shouldering the burden that they put on us. I'm not entirely trying to blame the last generation, because there's just a lot of faults of just everyone in charge. But, I mean, when you look at the people who put certain people in power, it's not hard to see why. Like, what went wrong. You know what? By all means, comment. This is a judgment-free zone regardless of where you stand on anything. And I will enforce that. Okay, funny you mentioned that. The Talos power armor project got scrapped, but from what I've heard, Russia is still working on their power armor. Which makes me mad. Why are we losing to the Russians in the power armor development? That hurts my soul as an American. Also, to the uninitiated, there were 2 power armor projects going on concurrently between the Russians and the Americans. The Talos power armor for America, and I forgot what the Russians called their armor because the Russians, and I don't care about communism, but, you know. This is a joke. I don't hate Russia. This is hyperbolic. I need to clarify. There we go.
What?
Fair enough. Oh, still sucks on ice that the whole program got iced, because as someone who's worked with lifting, thinking about what, okay, just thinking about it from a worker's perspective, a powered exoskeleton would make a lot of jobs easier. Think about it. You're not risking your back lugging groceries or stock around. You don't need to use a forklift. You just grab your power suit, grab the box, and go. That's pathetic. Honestly, I feel like that's dreadful. Sorry, that was bad. Hilarious, if true, Jesus Christ. Like, I knew they were incompetent, but that's actually kind of sad. No sympathy considering what they were doing, mind you. None at all, but like, point and laugh. Oh! Oh god, it's bright! Ah, the sun! There we go. Yeah, when I say I don't hate Russia, that does not extend to their government, by the way. You know, the people invading people. do more damage to Scorch. This thing barely does any damage compared to the normal rifle. Run that by me again. Credit where credit's due, there is drip to be found in the actual aircraft. That said, much like how a certain... Yeah, actually, oh, I can actually do that.
Password accepted. Welcome, applicant, to the Hornwright Industrial Hiring System. Please insert your resume into the receptacle for analysis. Or take our senior executive exam to see if you've got what it takes to be part of the Hornwright team.
Honestly, I'm hoping we can upscale that kind of drone technology, because as much as I dislike robots replacing people in certain fields, robots replacing a lot of people out on the battlefield, I feel like would be better, because that's less American lives being lost. Not too many, mind you, because there still needs to be a human element to actually judge things. We don't need an automaton situation, but, you know, the less American lives at risk, the better. 2 out of 5? Are you kidding me? Oh, come on. Okay. No, yeah, we don't need Skynet either. If the robots are remote controlled, that's the best way to do it, honestly. That way you still have a human touch, but, you know, the human isn't at risk. There's this Japanese-made cafe that I saw on a TikTok that had like a robot controlled by someone who had disabilities. And I thought that's a really cool idea.
Analyzing data. Complete. It looks like you got what it takes to be our next senior executive. Please proceed to the Human Resources Office to collect your official Hornwright Executive ID.
God, this quest kicked my ass when I was on. Ah, the blight!
Senior Executive detected. ID card issued.
You know what? I was unaware that I'd have such a based amount of ravens for this chat. Thank you guys for being so chill tonight. See, I feel like if the government made Balteuses, then we would probably have another recession on top of what we're already dealing with right now, just by virtue of all the missiles being used. Think about how many missiles one Balteus uses, and now actually think about the fact that our taxes would have to pay for that Balteus' missiles. You don't want the government making Balteuses.
User detected. Connecting.
User connection detected. Mother 003 reporting. User system 003 request assistance. Fuel levels critical. Hull critical. This mother load requires repair beacon. User recover. Repair beacon. User recover. Repair. Repairs necessary. Fine. BP.
That's literally the, oh, a civilian airliner meme, but real, and I hate that. Again, that's why I think remote controlling it, a drone, and stuff like that is the best way to go about doing this kind of thing.
Requisition code accepted. Issuing repair beacon. Beacon deployment clearance granted.
User, proceed. Down. Deploy.
Minor. I thought it hurt too much. I can't do the Darkwing voice too much right now. God damn it.
Beacon launch detected. Distance 1200 meters, 800 meters, 400 meters. Mother load connection. Connection complete. Repair systems engaged. Mother load status nominal. Repeat, status nominal. Initiating breach procedure. User, stand clear. User presence detected. Priority materials deposited in docking station. Motherload 003 complete, user. Motherload complete. Motherload remembers.
We know where you're going, girly. Come back.
User detected. Connecting. Connection established. Debug process initiated. Attempting to make contact with primary transponder signal. Primary transponder signal not found. Senior Executive Daniel Hornwright not found. Failsafe procedure initiated. Searching registered location logs for recent signal detection. Recent signal detected at Hornwright Estate safe room. Proceed to the location to complete failsafe procedure. Hornwright Estate and safe room access cards are required for entrance. Motherload follows.
think I'm gonna do this last test your metal and then call it for the stream. This has been a hell of a vibe, though. Thank you all to have, those of you who have tuned into the stream, for really making my night. Genuinely. I'm glad you guys came over, and I'm glad to host these little streams and whatnot. I understand they don't get as many views as the Armored Core ones, but at the same time, y'all talk, and I appreciate that.
If Buzzsaw thinks he can work me to crank out another dozen die bots, he's got another thing coming. You here for the fights? Arena's over there. Can't miss it.
Hey, it's good to see you again. The gladiators. My teammates are making. I'll be in contact.
Amp's all about the kills.
The hottest bot battle in the Wasteland. I'm Buzzsaw, your master of ceremonies for this robot throwdown. You're about to see the best Rust Eagle war machines take on a team of Wasteland warriors in 3 rounds of brutal combat.
You know what? I'll take this kind of spice over the spice that we had in the Elder Scrolls stream any day, because that spice was just horny. No, fair enough. Were this a less base chat of... Okay, mecha fans in general just seem to be way more, like, tolerable to talk to about this kind of thing, because a lot of mech stuff does revolve around politics, and we all hate war. So, like... What was I saying? No, but, like... The horny... Y'all, okay, Atlantis, I don't think you were here for the Elder Scrolls or Dark Souls streams. Half that was just barking at Runa. Because certain people, blockers, really like buff women. Y'all say thick thighs save lives, but Runa always wins the polls when it comes to popularity contest, and not the actual thick thigh ladies.
He'll be thrust again. Just one more round to go.
Yeah, straight up, Assaultrons are still a definite would. Just, I feel like that's just a community consensus right there, and I think that's hilarious. Again, they literally put a fuckable Assaultron in this game. Another reason Fallout 76 is somehow better than Fallout 4. You can fuck the Assaultron. Always a legendary Armstrong. There. It's not a joke, by the way, when I say you can fuck the Assaultron. There's a specific Assaultron in the, I believe it was Season 17 Battle Pass that had a quest line that ended in you getting a chance to bone the ever-loving... You could clank the shit out of that clanker. Like, you do a quest for her, help her remember some things, and you clang. Fisto's the OG, and we gotta give respect to Fisto, but, Fisto's joke has been perfected with, well, okay, I can't even say perfected, because Adelaide is not played for laughs. Fisto is very much a joke, but Adelaide is actually treated like an... That's what makes Adelaide funny, in a sense. Adelaide is treated very much like an actual, like, romance option. Whereas Fisto is just a gag. Same with the Robo-Brain. Like, yeah, there's obviously a joke to be had with the fact, oh, you're fucking the Assaultron, haha. But there's, like, an actual story to Adelaide, and she has an actual character beyond just the, goofy-ass, you know, pounding the Assaultrons, Assaultracy. I just said the word Assaultracy. Okay, chat, would you want me to do an Armored Core build on the Assaultron? This means I would talk about the Assaultron's mechanical design. I would talk about the artist that did the Assaultron, the inspirations behind the Assaultron, as well as some little bit of lore tidbits with the Assaultron. I would discuss Adelaide, Cleo, and there would also be funny art of the Assaultron in video. And I'd probably release an Assaultron pack on Patreon. Okay, I'll put a pin in that. Also, yes, there is interesting artwork on my Patreon and my Gumroad, for those of you who don't know.
Amp's all about those guns. No appreciation for getting all up close and personal.
Oh, and for the build, honestly, yeah, I think you can. Okay, if it's just the base Assaultron, I'd say just bare fists with the Coral Rifle as a back mount. But I think we could also... Because there's variants to the Assaultron, too. There's not just the standard Assaultron. You have variants that have swords and whatnot. And with the swords in tow, I feel like that actually gives us a little more wiggle room. Like, I'd say maybe... have the weapons on the back mount. For sure. But maybe, like, her loadout could be something along the lines of Coral Rifle to emulate the Assaultron Death Beam.
Really, Beatrice? Grimba? That's the best.
Coral Rifle for the Assaultron Death Beam. Then we got... maybe the Laser Slicer to emulate the Assaultron Swords, because they get really, like, a little flashy with the sword swipes. It's a shame Armored Core 6 does not have an automatic laser rifle, because, well, first off, that's just automatic laser weapons are just a staple of Armored Core that they've had since the first game's 3rd expansion. But, more importantly, having an automatic laser weapon in the right hand of the Assaultron would be perfect, because certain models of Assaultrons equip automatic laser rifles on their right hand specifically. I also do want to, not an Armored Core build, because I feel like an Armored Core build of the Protectron would be something along the lines of 8-Ball, where it's just a joke build. But I do want to cover the history of the Protectron at some point, just because the Protectron has some interesting mechanical history behind it. It's based off of good old Robbie the Robot. And Robbie the Robot was one of the first proper robots put into media. No. Mr. Gutsy would be a quad with a flamethrower, a plasma rifle, a chainsaw on the back. Specifically, he'd be using the Lammer gear legs. Now, the easiest one to do would be the Sentry Bot. And the Sentry Bot actually has some fun design trivia, because the original Fallout 1 and 2 Sentry Bot was based off of Battletech. And I know I got some mech warriors in my chat. No, yeah, a Fallout Robot miniseries would be awesome. The Assaultron one would be just hentai bait, but I think that's also funny, so definitely on the list.
Shake these nightmares. Floating in space forever. Just why?
Alright, well, I think that's gonna do it for tonight, chat. You guys do everything you can to stay safe out there, okay?
Was Earth always so solid?
Thank you again for
So wobbly.
coming along to the stream. I got a lot to jot down for notes regarding robot butts. And just Fallout in general. I have a deep love for this franchise, and I want to start doing more content for it going forward. And I'm so grateful that a lot of my Ravens are also Vault Dwellers. That makes me so happy.